Flag is up. Stand by for a start. Gates open. They're racing. Il Tordillo a little bit slow to begin. One of the best away, Sahaba. Great effort. There's Time Odyssey spearing across and eventually finds the lead. Time Odyssey and stretching out to about a 2.5 length break over Great Effort. And on the inside, Sahaba, La Prenti Sorcier, Not Usual Prince and Stick Seeker the rail. Guilty Pleasures is trapped wide. It's covering ground about 3 and 4 deep at this stage from Selangor Star. Then Hong Chen, Il Tordillo. Mr. Hopkins was second last. And Hasanator has to come from last to be in the finish with 1,000 metres left to go. And Time Odyssey is on top, led by a length and a half to La Prenti Sorcier. And a further length, The Great Effort, racing third. Then came Guilty Pleasure Sahaba, followed by Not Usual Prince. Further back in the field, then Stick Seeker, Selangor Star. And they were followed by Hong Chen, Il Tordillo. Next to last is Mr. Hopkins and Hasanator. He's about 15 off this leader. Last of all as they swing for home. Inside the 600 metres and Time Odyssey now still the leader and the one to gun down at this stage. Now La Prenti Sorcier is about to pick up in second spot. Sahaba, he's working home as well. And then came Stick Seeker, Great Effort. And further back Selangor Star and also Mr. Hopkins. It's Time Odyssey in front, but there's no gas in the tank. And here comes the 3-year-old Selangor Star. And Selangor Star accelerating over the top of Time Odyssey. Mr. Hopkins is charging down the outside with Hasanator. Selangor Star now joined and headed by Mr. Hopkins, who goes 2 in a row. Mr. Hopkins has one from Selangor Star. Close go for third between Stick Seeker and also Time Odyssey and then Hasanator. Followed by Il Tordillo, Not Usual Prince, Sahaba, Guilty Pleasures, Hong Chen. And then came Great Effort. And something's gone amiss there with La Prenti Sorcier. He pulled up a long and distant last. A good effort there by Mr. Hopkins. He's come from a rearward position here and has got up to score number 10. And ridden by Shafiq. Of course, Shane Ellis had a winner yesterday with Cobra King. And it now makes it his second win for the weekend from as many runners also. And this horse striking form at the right time. Selangor Star, it looked as though it was his race at one stage, but not to be. Mr. Hopkins has picked him up getting close to home. And Stick Seeker, I'd say, has run third in front of Time Odyssey, who was a much better performance today after leading. So the numbers are 10, 11, 2 and 1. 10, 11, 2 and 1. So Mr. Hopkins goes 2 in a row. 31 for the win, 11 the place over Selangor Star at 9. And Stick Seeker will pay 15. Fourth is number 1, Time Odyssey. Hasanator, well, he was getting warmed up late, so he was a little bit slow to begin, but he's a dour stayer, Hasanator, but he worked to the line okay and wasn't far off them at the finish. But it was a very good effort by Mr. Hopkins because he was back second or third last before the bend, coming home with a well-timed run to score. So Mr. Hopkins, a 6-year-old grey gelding, is by Master Craftsman out of Ruby Rouge. He is trained by Shane Ellis for the Oscar Racing Stable, ridden by Shafiq. Shafiq's had 2 rides on the horse now for 2 victories. Second goes the way of horse 11, Selangor Star, prepared by Johnny Lim for the Century Stable, ridden by H.S. Gill. And third will be number 2, I'd say, Stick Seeker. Lawson Moy training for C.S. Tarn. The rider was Jay D'Souza. And 1 Time Odyssey not far off at the end. Sally for Cherie Hamilton. The numbers are in the frame and they are 10, 11, 2 and 1. 10, 11, 2, 1 official after race 4. So Mr. Hopkins now makes it 3 wins here in the country. He's won 4 from 22 overall and 3 wins at the mile. And his second victory over the track and journey today. Sprinting hard down the outside to gather in the 3-year-old Selangor Star. And Stick Seeker nearer the rail wasn't far off at the end either. The margins are a neck by a length and 3/4 with a head to fourth. And the time is 1:35.1. 1:35.1 the time after race 4.